Imagine a factory so big, so precise, and so relentlessly productive that in just one single hour, it wraps over 64,800 chocolate bars. Not in a day, not in a week, in 1 hour. That rich, creamy purple bar you've been unwrapping since childhood, it didn't just appear on a shelf, it was born inside one of the most legendary chocolate operations on Earth, a factory that has been running for over 140 years in a place called Bournville, Birmingham. Today we're going inside. This is how millions of Cadbury dairy milk bars are made. Before we step onto the factory floor, you need to know the story, because it makes the chocolate taste even better. It started in 1824 when a Quaker named John Cadbury opened a small grocer's shop in Birmingham. He didn't sell alcohol. He sold something he believed was better: hot cocoa. He ground the ingredients himself by hand in a pestle and mortar. Fast forward to 1905. John's grandson, George Cadbury Jr., creates something revolutionary. Inspired by Swiss chocolatiers, he engineers a milk chocolate bar with a far higher proportion of milk than anything on the market. He calls it dairy milk. By 1914, it was already the company's best-selling product. By the 1920s, it was the #1 chocolate bar in all of the United Kingdom. Over a century later, it still holds that crown. And the secret behind that legendary taste? It starts not in Birmingham, but thousands of miles away. Every Cadbury dairy milk bar begins its life in Ghana, West Africa, under the Cocoa Life Sustainability Program. This is where cocoa trees grow in sprawling plantations, producing heavy football-shaped pods directly from their trunks and branches. Here's something that will stop you mid-bite. A single cocoa tree produces about 30 pods per year, and it takes that entire year's harvest from one tree to make just 500 grams of cocoa. Farmers carefully harvest the pods by hand. A machete slice, a crack open, revealing rows of cocoa beans coated in a sweet white pulp. Those beans are fermented for several days, a process that begins developing the deep, complex flavor that will eventually reach your tongue. Once fermented, the beans are spread out and sun-dried for 1 to 2 weeks. Then they're bagged, loaded, and shipped thousands of miles to the UK. The journey has only just begun. When those dried cocoa beans arrive at Cadbury processing facilities, they enter one of the most important stages of the entire chocolate-making journey. What once looked like simple dried beans is about to become the rich chocolate millions of people recognize instantly. First, the beans are carefully cracked open in powerful machines that separate the brittle outer shell from the valuable inner nib. These nibs contain all the deep cocoa flavor needed for chocolate production. Next comes the roasting stage, one of the most closely controlled parts of the process. The nibs are placed into enormous rotating drums where heat is carefully adjusted to bring out their full aroma, color, and taste. Slowly, the rich scent associated with Cadbury chocolate begins filling the facility. After roasting, the nibs are finely ground into a thick, dark substance known as cocoa mass or cocoa liquor. This intense liquid contains pure cacao in its rawest form. Some of it is then pressed further to create smooth cocoa butter and dry cocoa powder, two essential ingredients used later in chocolate production. Now we get to what truly separates Cadbury from every other chocolate in the world. The cocoa mass travels to Cadbury's milk factory, historically the one in Marlbrook near Hereford, where it meets fresh, full-cream milk. Not powdered milk, real liquid milk, already condensed into a thick, creamy liquid. The cocoa mass, fresh condensed milk, and sugar are combined and cooked together in the early stages of a process that creates what Cadbury calls chocolate crumb. This slow cooking is where Cadbury's unique flavor fingerprint is locked in, a caramelized, slightly fudgy undertone that you will never find in competing bars. The mixture is then dried in vacuum ovens, removing moisture and leaving behind dry, crumbly, incredibly fragrant chocolate crumb. This crumb is the heart of every dairy milk ever made. Every single day, over 250 tons of crumb arrive at the Bourneville factory to be transformed into finished chocolate. At Bourneville, the crumb begins its final transformation into the smooth chocolate you know. First, it goes through refining. The crumb is pressed through a series of heavy rollers that grind the particles down to microscopic sizes. The finer the particle, the smoother the chocolate on your tongue. After refining, cocoa butter is added back in. More for thick molded bars like dairy milk, less for thinner coating chocolates. Then comes conching, one of the most important and most underrated steps in chocolate making. The chocolate is placed into giant conching machines and kneaded, folded, and aerated for hours. This process smooths the texture, drives off any unwanted acids, and develops the full, rounded flavor. The chocolate is literally massaged into perfection. But we're not done. The chocolate now needs to be tempered, a precise heating, cooling, and reheating process that aligns the cocoa butter crystals in exactly the right formation. Without proper tempering, chocolate won't snap cleanly, won't have that glossy shine, and will bloom with ugly white streaks. Tempering is what gives dairy milk that satisfying crack when you break it. Temperature is monitored at approximately 1,000 points across the plant, with central computers processing up to 360,000 instructions per minute. This is not a small operation. Now for the part that looks like pure magic. The perfectly tempered liquid chocolate is poured into molds, the familiar rectangular block shape of every dairy milk bar. But chocolate is full of tiny air bubbles, and air bubbles would ruin both the look and the texture. So the molds are placed onto vibrating rocking tables, a mechanical system that shakes the chocolate into every corner of the mold and coaxes every bubble to the surface. The factory floor fills with the rattling, lively clatter of hundreds of molds dancing in unison. The molds then travel on a conveyor belt through a cooling tunnel where cold air circulates around them. As the chocolate cools, it contracts slightly, pulling away from the sides of the mold. This is what makes the bars pop out clean, smooth, and bright. Then comes the wrapping. That iconic purple foil, a color Cadbury trademarked in 2012 after a long legal battle, wraps each bar automatically at breathtaking speed. Remember, 64,800 bars wrapped in a single hour. That's over 1,000 bars every minute. From a cocoa pod cracked open by a farmer's machete in Ghana, to a factory floor shaking with thousands of molds, to a conveyor belt moving faster than you can count, to that purple wrapper in your hand. Cadbury dairy milk isn't just chocolate, it's over 120 years of precision, passion, and process, bottled inside a bar that costs less than a coffee. Next time you snap off a piece, you'll know exactly what went into it. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What factory should we explore next?